good place to be, in the midst of the sea. And you know, I suspect that has been in the minds of Declan Kidney and the Irish team, who've retreated here each weekend after their Six Nations dreams have been shattered. First, legendary captain Brian O'Driscoll is sacked. Then we have the kicking fiasco in Edinburgh. And then Ronan O'Gara, over 100 caps and 1,000 points, is unceremoniously dumped. And by Thursday, we have two number 10s, both called Another.
Never thought you'd be standing here, never in a million years. O'Driscoll breaks the record. O'Driscoll at his best. Is it comfort, is it fear? Draw a line and watch it disappear. Try to remember before it goes.
What happens next? I have no idea. But with the word in France in time, Carton House may be pulling up the drawbridge by tonight.
Will you be there when the day is done, or will you be there?
So if we lose this, next up we play Italy for the wooden spoon. Now, who could have predicted that only a few weeks ago?
Zibo!
Has done it again. A special day made all the sweeter by an Irish victory.
So, is Irish rugby drifting on the waters rudderless? Have we lost sight of the wood for the trees? Or is all of this just the inevitable consequence of the passage of time as the golden generation fades away?
Hello and welcome to the RBS Six Nations match against France. It's Ireland against France here, and we were at the last big game against England and it didn't go too well for us. But hopefully we can come away with something with the French match. Well, last week we didn't have too much luck with Paddy Jackson. He's back on the team now. We'll have a look at the teams in 1 minute. Well, coming up we have interviews and all the build-up to the match, and we have a talk about half-time and everything else. I hope you can join us for the next while. We don't show the match on this, we show everything else but the match. So, now we're going over to an interview now with Declan Kidney.
Fit and ready, or are there any further concerns about Paddy Jackson's hamstring problem?
No, everybody's good to go. Trained fully the latter part of the week. We were probably too honest with the information that we gave out earlier in the week, and but everybody's fully up to date and ready to go.
I suppose there has been a lot of talk about the out half position and a little bit uncertainty during the week, and with Ronan O'Gara's omission from the squad. Has it all been a distraction?
No, well, there's been no distraction within the camp. The players have known from Monday where everybody stood. Everybody knew where they stood with their injuries. There might have been a bit outside the camp, but certainly none within the camp.
I suppose it's a key objective today to keep down the error count and to be more clinical, but the weather doesn't look like it's going to help.
No, the mist has come in again now, hasn't it, in the last half hour on the way here, but it'll be a case of adapting to that and having your pressure game up and going well, having a good kick chase, but the chase is going to be just as important as the kick and what we do when we get there then and the amount of pressure we can put on France.
And I suppose also today could be, we don't know, but it could be the last time Brian O'Driscoll plays here at Lansdowne Road.
Well, please God not, I thought he had a cracker of a game against Wales. He's had a lot on his plate obviously the last couple of weeks, but I think he's done really well, and I think that's all for the future. But he, like the other 14, are really looking forward to the start of this one.
And I suppose huge pressure on both teams today to produce a win.
Yeah, I think there is, but it's the same with every Six Nations match, you don't ever put on the jersey lightly, and it's a case of just coping with the different pressures that's around any given game, and today is no different to that effect.
Thank you, Declan Kidney there. And we're going to go over to John now for an interview about the game in general. And we're going to do the same thing as we did against England. So we'll go over to John now to see what he thinks about the game. Okay, hello John. We're with you now for an interview for the match against France. Do you think we're going to win the match or lose?
I think it's a very, very hard one to read. I mean, France have got to be odds-on favourite, and I think that's the way most people have them. However, I think you're going to see a much more focused Irish performance today. They really have to come out and perform. All the talk is around the two fly halves and
Paddy Jackson and Ian Madigan.
No, Michalak on the French side.
Oh, right,
I should say. And Michalak, when Michalak is on form, he is absolutely fantastic.
Brilliant.
So it's hard to know what's going to take place on the pitch. I think there's an awful lot of pressure on Paddy Jackson. I really feel for him.
Do you think that Paddy Jackson is going to play better than he did last week?
I think he will. I mean, he is a good player, but like I say, there's a lot of pressure.
And he's only in 2021 or something like that.
I mean, we have McFadden on the pitch as well, and it's possible McFadden could take over kicking duties if Jackson doesn't make it.
Yeah, McFadden's
but
on
other
14.
areas that we need to perform on. I mean, our line out was particularly bad against Scotland. And we've got to improve on that. Rory Best has got to throw the ball straight. We've got to attack their line out, and a few areas like that we need to tighten up on. We created plenty of chances against the Scots, but didn't finish. We were beaten by Scotland. This is France.
But then again, now France haven't won a game yet. They're facing Scotland in their last match, but. Do you think we could beat France and then send them to get a wooden spoon?
I think we can definitely beat France, but in order to beat France, all the team have to perform, and we've got to stop these stupid errors. We've given away so many games with unforced errors and forced errors, of course.
Yeah.
And even the captain himself, Jamie Heaslip, has got to step up. He's made too many errors in the last few games.
Too many. Do you think it's Brian O'Driscoll's last game at the Aviva?
I sincerely hope not.
Yeah, we hope to see him again at the Aviva, but if it is, we make the most of Brian O'Driscoll at the Aviva today. And finally, John, do you think that Gilroy and Zebo and Zebo and Gilroy not on the wings is going to affect the game?
Well, I mean, I think, they're two really exciting players. I'd love to see Simon Zebo on the pitch today. It's an awful pity that he's injured. I mean, we have O'Driscoll, we've got McFadden, we've got Keith Earls. We have some pretty good firepower there. But it's pretty exciting to have Gilroy and Zebo to look forward to coming back into the squad.
Okay, John, we'll talk to you at half-time to see what the score is then. And we're going over to see what the team is, the French team and the Irish team, to see what the team is.
Okay.
See you, John.
Thanks very much.
Yes, okay, now we're moving on. At number 9, we have Conor Murray. Is he a good choice or a bad choice? And at number 1, after his one-match ban, Cian Healy. So at number 2, we have Rory Best. Can he keep them throws in? And at number 3, 6'2", we have Mike Ross, and Rory Best is 6'11". Sorry, 5'11". At 6'4", we have Mike McCarthy. At number 4, at 6'6", we have Donegal Ryan. At number 6. At number 5. And at number 6, we have Peter O'Mahony at 6'3". And at number 7, we have Sean O'Brien at 6'2". And at number 8, our captain, Jamie Heaslip at 6'4". Now we go to the Ireland squad replacements. At number 16, Sean Cronin. Will he come on today? At 6 foot. And at number 17, David Kilcoyne at 6'6". So, sorry, 6 foot, same as Sean Cronin. At number 18, Stephen Archer at 6'3". At 19, will he come on? Donica O'Callaghan at 6'6". At 20, Ian Henderson, and he's 6'6". At 21, will he come on? Owen Redden at 6'7". At 6'11", we have Ian Madigan at number 22. His birthday's coming up too. And at number 3, our old friend Luke Fitzgerald at 6'1". Okay, so now we move on to the French squad. So the French starting 15. At number 15, we have Johan Huget at 6'2". At number 14, we have Vincent Clerc at 5'10". At number 13, we have Florian Fitz at 5'10". At number 12, we have Wesley Fofana at 5'10". And at number 11, we have Maximin Madard at 5'11". And at number 10, kicking is Macharak, 5'11". At number 9, Morgan Parra. He's not kicking today. He could be kicking if Macharak doesn't do well at 5'11". And Thomas Domingo at 5'8". So at number 2, we have Benjamin Cassar at 6 foot. And at number 3, at 6'11", we have Nicholas Mass. And at number 4, we have Christoph Samson at 6'6". And at number 5, we have Johan Mastry at 6'7". And at number 6, we have, sorry, his name isn't there. It's a long name, but his name isn't there. I'll get that for you in 1 minute. At number 6, and he's 6'1". At number 7, Terry Dusetoir. At 6'6". At number 7. And the one to watch out for is number 8, Louis Picamoles at 6'4". Okay, moving on to the French replacements. So at number 16, Jumile Girdardo. At number 17, Vincent Dabati. At number 18, Luke Dallomoy. And at number 19, we have... I can't even pronounce that, so I'm just going to leave that. At number 20, we have Anthony Claassen. Number 21, Maxim Maginot. Sorry. At number 22, we have François Trinduc. And at number 23, Mathuin Bastard. So they're your teams. I hope that they come in useful. And back to you in studio. Yes, thank you for the teams there. And thank you for our technical team for doing all that this week. So now we go over to the first half. Now we go over to our build-up on the first half. Well, our build-up. And then we'll be back with you. We'll see at the other side to see what the score is at half-time. Now for the anthems and the build-up to Ireland against France. See you at half-time.
There we are. That is the opinion of the jury. I'm afraid it's unanimous. Not very optimistic, but let the match start. Ralph Nugent and Ralph Keys.
Thank you very much, Tom. Good evening, everybody. It's a dirty, dark day in Dublin. And France have made their way, and there was criticism in the newspaper after the England game from Alan Quinlan in particular, who suggested that the crowd needed to get in here and create an atmosphere and own the occasion and create a fortress for Ireland. Well, the weather and that appeal have fallen on deaf ears, because it is still, well, at best half full, maybe slightly more now, maybe 3/4 full, and the majority of the fans that were in the stadium before the team came out and while the teams were doing the warm-up was the French travelling support, Ralph.
Well, it was a huge support here, giving their team everything in the warm-up, but a bit disappointing that the Irish crowd can't get in early, but excusable perhaps given the conditions. It is absolutely miserable, and you can be certain that in these conditions France, who talked about winning ugly here today, are going to be downright ugly up front, and it's going to be a bruising physical battle from the off.
And Jamie Heaslip on the day of his 56th international cap leads Ireland out, takes the hands of Tara McDermott, 9-year-old from County Offaly, and Ronan Wood, 6-year-old from County Cork, the mascots today, and Ireland make their way. And there's that man, Brian O'Driscoll. Is it his final appearance at Lansdowne Road, the Aviva Stadium? Well, only he, I think in truth, knows the answer to that question. He's been very cagey about committing. The signs are that it may well be his last, but you wouldn't rule it out. If it is his last, let's hope it's a belter. McCarthy, you saw there for a moment, back from injury. Heaslip comes into the line. Ireland have not lost 3 in a row since 1998 in the Six Nations. And the French have not lost 4 in a row since 1989. Somebody is going to extend a losing streak, unless of course we have a repeat of last year's 17-point apiece draw. And slides in now in front of the Army band to Ireland's success or otherwise today, Ralph.
Well, I just don't get that selection at all. I mean, Trinduc was running things very well for France against the English when he was pulled ashore, much to his consternation. And